You just wait and see. Fucking sissy.
Ready?
It
Good.
burns. Please, just... Just leave me be.
We're watching you, sleeper. Always.
Bloody rats. Eating the last penny.
Light fades away at the end of the day. Ta-dum-dum.
Enemy! Look out! Looters. Is the man edge after the playbook out. Come. There!
Any last words?
there it is. Huh. Strange feeling to be back here after all those years. We should... Wait. What in blazes is that? What are you doing? Never mind. Sorry. Shagun's office should be on the first floor. Let's take a look around. Nothing's changed. All right, here we are. And would you look at that? Stock lists, spendings, earnings. No, that doesn't help us. She did. If I remember one thing, then it's how obsessed that old cunt was with her lists. Everything needed to be documented. Every crust of bread, every single donation. So, if she really did sell children to the father over all those years, there must be reports. Just not here. Her hidden safes. That's a chance. Everybody down here has hidden safes. Even if the house was under the protection of the Relata, there would still be the occasional raids. Even I can remember at least half of a dozen of them. They just came in, made a ruckus, and took whatever they could get their hands on. Eventually, Shagun even let them in voluntarily. No, but I'm pretty sure that they're here in the orphanage. I say we split up. You check the kitchen, the cellar, and the storage room in the backyard. I'll take care of the rest. Hidden switches, false bottoms, the usual. You'll manage. So will I. Good luck. Let's go. snip, cut through the throat. The head rolls off, the soul's afloat. Snip, 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 cut through the throat. The head rolls off, the soul's afloat. Snip, 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 cut through the throat. The head rolls off, the soul's afloat. Snip, 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 cut through the throat. The head rolls off, the soul's afloat. Snip, 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 cut through the throat. The head rolls off, the soul's afloat. Thariel? Yes, Thariel. Back then he still existed. Now he's gone. Now there's only Brother Wrath. He killed them all, you know. Lethal, Wilma, have all of them gone or dead. We couldn't enter the cold flesh. We screamed. We screamed as loud as we could, because it hurt so bad. But then, that would have made him angry, because then he couldn't concentrate anymore. But what else should we have done? It just hurt so bad. No matter how much of the blue juice he gave us, it always hurt so bad. Father. Yes, our father. We never saw his face, you know. She always wore this mask, this terrible, scary mask. Yes, he wanted to make us happy. That's what she always said, that she wanted to make us happy. At first I believed him, but then they took Letho. Letho, they just came in and took him into the room. I heard him scream. Hours and hours, and then suddenly silence. Silence for eternity. But I shouldn't talk so much. Too much talking makes the father angry. Just let me sleep, will you? Just sleep. What are you doing here? What happened? Remember? What should I remember? I was dizzy, so I took a nap. Must have been the hunger. I didn't have a meal in 2 days. Seizure? What do you mean? What? But... why? What did I say? I see. It must have been this place. It brought back my memories. No, I don't. But it doesn't matter. We should focus on the task at hand. What about the safe? Did you find anything? Let me see. Can you believe it? That's a list of all the children who were sold. Name, age, price. She sold us like cattle. I don't know whether to cry or laugh. But it doesn't say anything about what the father did to us. Did you find anything else? Shit. Well, what did I expect? It was worth a try. Do you want to know something? Shagun... I didn't think she actually did it. When I first heard of her involvement in the matter, I always thought she was living proof that not everybody can be corrupted if you shove enough money up their ass. Seems I was wrong. We are. That means we'll have to wait now. It could be hours, days, or weeks until the father makes up his mind. I'll send a messenger once there's news. And should anything unusual happen, meet me at the hideout. I'll be there every day at nightfall. Do that.
Dawn is coming. Seek the first seer. Dawn is coming. Seek the first seer.
Come to Lorenzo Shamgash and buy fish. Only the best and fresh.
Hungry? I've got just what a weary traveler needs.
Hungry for arcane secrets? I have books, scrolls, potions.
She-Ra. Mm-hmm. Hmm?
The light fades away at the end of the day.
Evening.
penny, my sir. Please, just one penny.
Called you? What do you mean? Did he send a messenger? Psionics. Figures.
Please, I'm so hungry.
Well, go see him. You'll see what this is all about then, but I'm pretty sure he's considering you for the mission. And this is his last test. In other words, our plan has worked. Correct. And, thank you for filling me in on this. What?
You? I thought my instructions were clear. Wait until you hear from us. A dream. That? Oh, I understand. Then go see Brother Sorrow at once and tell him the same thing. He will lead you to the Father. Go up to the tower, deeper into the mountain. At the end of the hallway, you'll find stairs ending in a wall. Now go! The Father must not be kept waiting.
Father's blessings.
No. Go. I understand. You may pass. Descend. You'll see. No.
So you received my message. Good. Come, take a seat. I will be with you in a moment. to finally meet you in person. I would introduce myself to you, but you already know who I am. Well, you are not the first person to say that. The first seer has already told me about you. He said that you and Brother Wrath recovered the lost pages, and also that you are, how should I say, unusual. He did not lie, as I see now. You do indeed have something peculiar about you. Tell me, how do you feel about Brother Wrath, Farrell, as you call him? I see. Be that as it may, the first seer had nothing but praise for you, and suggested that I consider you for our expedition, and I have, provided that you are still interested. Good to hear. The formalities first. You will receive 250 pennies in advance, and another 250 if the mission turns out to be a success. A generous pay, as you no doubt realize. I assume you know that it will be dangerous. Nonetheless, I would like you to understand the background of this undertaking fully if you are to work with us. Come. I present the human body, a simulacrum. It's not. As I said, I want you to understand. Does the name Manit Dalgalang sound familiar to you? The man who left his body. He was one of the former Grand Masters of the Order, a righteous man, but also of a very reclusive nature. It is said that Dalgalang had always been a little peculiar. In the few records that are left of him, he once described how he never felt as though he belonged in this world. Thus, he made freeing himself from this sense of estrangement his purpose in life. Yes, as though life was a bad play that his body was forced to take part in, Dalgalang despised all the other things people enjoyed. He didn't copulate, ate only as much as his body needed, and slept very little. Well, one day he vanished, just like that, in the bright light of day, during one of his meditations at the Eye of the Gods. Even though there were observers, the Order didn't record his vanishing in the chronicles for obvious reasons. According to them, Dalgalang simply disappeared on a pilgrimage. I believe so. He succeeded in freeing his spirit from the vessel of his body, and the strange occurrences that happened after confirm my theory. His mother, for example, insisted that he visited her in spectral form at the death feast, and told her that he was sorry. His servant, who was the closest thing Dalgalang had to a friend, heard his voice when he laid down flowers at his pathstone. Or the keepers, who saw a ghost meditating in his former laboratory at night. All coincidences or phantasms, you may say, but to me, it is clear that Dalgalang achieved his goal. He managed to separate his soul from his body. He achieved transcendence. I suppose you could say that, yes. Dalgalang was among the first humans to realize how misguided we are and how little of our potential we actually use. When I first heard his story, I instantly recognized myself in him. In particular, his fascination with the idea of overcoming our fleshly nature. I was enthralled and made this idea the purpose of my life, which finally led me to found the Relata. Frankly, I still find it baffling how few people share this quest. All they care about is the satisfaction of their carnal desires. They are so proud of what separates them from a pig, and yet they achieve little else in their lives. Eat, copulate, die. And all it would take to show them what their minds are capable of would be a glimpse into their dreams. Either way, I digress. Well, are we not freer in our dreams than we could ever be in waking life? We can have our bodies take on every shape there is, and time and space are meaningless. Imagine having this kind of freedom in reality. Exactly. And that's where you come in. As it turns out, the secret to transcendence was hidden in the lost pages of J.L. Tennyson's book, where he describes his initiation ritual in the Room of Paintings. That is correct. But I have had the pleasure of talking to some of them over the centuries, and was able to convince them to divulge their secrets to me. It's not some kind of room. The Room of Paintings is a force of nature, one that has the power to change you in a way that far exceeds the ability of normal magic. Either way, I will spare you the details. What you need to know is that we believe the Room of Paintings to be inside a temple we excavated over the past years. And that is what this expedition is about. You and the other mercenaries will venture into its depths and establish a portal for my Relame and me to step through once you found the room, where we will finally sever our minds from our bodies. Correct. It will prevail. Only the Relame who have proven themselves worthy will ascend with me. The rest of them will stay behind with the first seer, who will take over the mask. Then, when the time comes, They will follow us. No. First, because I have reason to believe that the weak-willed among us wouldn't survive the separation. Second, because our teachings are too important to risk them getting lost. Someone needs to continue spreading our faith. What it is or who built it, I can't say. Only that it must have been an ancient civilization, and by ancient, I mean one that existed long before the Pyreans. The Black Libra, the cult the Butcher of Ark belonged to, merely used this place to conduct their rituals of initiation. In the Frost-Cliffed Mountains, that's where you will go. They could, but the temple is dangerous. Only if you let them eat you. According to my research, 4 groups need to enter the temple simultaneously through its 4 individual entrances. These groups will be made up of 2 mercenaries and 1 voice each to guide you. Once you've found the temple, your mission will be considered a success, and you will be paid. Any questions? I don't know. Finding that out is part of your mission. As soon as possible, after this conversation has ended, you will make your way to the excavation site and wait for my arrival. Since you've already worked with Brother Rath, you will form a group with him and another mercenary I will choose myself. Do you have a map? Show me. Good. This is where you'll find the site. I recommend you take a Myrad to the Frostcliff Tavern and walk from there. You will. Ask. Allow me to answer with another question. Of all the characteristics that make you the person you are, which one is paramount? That hair on your cheeks? The piece of meat between your legs? Or that which allows you to have this conversation with me? Exactly. If I were to extract your consciousness and transfer it into a new artificial body, you'd still be the same person, only in a different vessel. Gender is just another asinine attribute we wrongly identify ourselves with. Isn't it ludicrous if you think about it? We are so proud of what apparently separates us from animals, yet we blindly submit ourselves to the domination of our flesh. Young, old, beautiful, hideous, man, woman, all descriptors of something ultimately irrelevant. I wasn't. My vessel has always had aspects of both genders, but the time when I attributed any importance to this fact is long since past. It is, isn't it? Probably because I never considered myself a spiritual leader. I am a scientist. In fact, I don't think much of religion. Knowledge, introspection, and silence are the keys to spiritual growth, not blind obedience to the rules as religion preaches it. I'm afraid an appropriate answer would take more time than we can spare. Suffice it to say that psionics is a powerful school when mastered. I will try to answer. I'm afraid I don't have an answer to that. It could be that we see what the Butcher of Ark saw, but I do not think that will happen. As I said, the room always shows us that which we must see. It has the power to change us, but what this change ultimately looks like depends on our intentions as we enter it. There are plans, but I do not expect that to happen. Yes. It is. Ask the Lightborn. Extending one's life a little is not as hard as you may think, but I am not immortal, if that is what you wanted to know. Shady business. I do not consider our business as shady. It is merely the circumstances which make it appear as such. Ultimately, it's a simple bargain. We offer the people safety, and they pay us for it. No different from what the guards do for the noblemen. Fair point. However, if we were to permit the people down here to form their own militias, it would merely be a matter of moons until these militias would turn into gangs and start fighting each other. We ensure stability, and all we ask for in return is a small tribute. Those who have nothing to give do not need to pay. Maybe, maybe not. But you need to understand it is neither my intent to cause suffering nor to change the world for the better. I'm a scientist whose goal it is to achieve transcendence for my lambs and for myself. That is all. Well observed. Yes, it is. When I created Aralis, I drew inspiration from a myriad of philosophical, religious, and spiritual writings, and some of these were Kyranian. Relata Shera means the variety of things. See the Relata. I see the Relata. The Relata knows. Take your pick. Good question. I suppose it is because you are different somehow. You have a presence that fascinates me, and even though I do not understand why it does, it was enough to spark my interest.
Yeah. Not as if I didn't tell them that already. They just sit on their asses and hope things settle themselves. Not as if I didn't tell them.
A sunshine. Huh? Where? About dark alleys down here, and what? Pockets. That's a nice dress you're wearing there, sunchild. I'd be careful. Some people down here would kill for something like that.
Yes? Good evening? Sure. Where to?